Hi, I'm Becca Cohen. I am a songwriter and singer and theater teacher is my day job to middle schoolers. And I find creative outlets in a variety of places, but have been focusing on music. And I'm very lucky to be singing and writing with Sam as the other half of Loose Match.
Hey, Becca, thanks. I'm Sam, obviously, and Sam Wise, and I'm Brooklyn-based singer, performer, educator, and grateful similarly to be the second half of Loose Match. I teach music to third through sixth graders up in the Bronx right now, and I have a small private practice out of my home. And yeah, I started the year wanting to get into more songwriting, which Becca has a lot of experience in, and I was super grateful to work with her. And I wanted to collaborate with folks who are socially justice minded. I was really excited to work with Becca.
Cool. We respect that. Yeah, welcome to our next installment of Meet the Artists. We are with Loose Match right now. So, y'all told us that you are singer-songwriters, so we know that music's going to be happening on July 24th. Is there a little tidbit of what you can give us of like what you'll be performing? Just kind of, yeah.
Um, so I started writing songs like officially during the pandemic, which I think was a great writing time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I was recording little ideas for songs years before that. And back in 2018, I had sort of a complicated relationship with a friend and had a lot of questions and just like a need for resolution. And I found myself like pouring that angst into music. And I just recorded a little voice memo on my phone. And it was sort of a ramble. It was not like a fully formed song idea, but it was like a melody and some lyrics. And it just came from a really true place. And I've always really loved that little piece of expression, but it's been sort of sitting at the bottom of my voice memos for several years. I mean, here we are, 2026. It's like 8 years old. Um, but when Sam and I started working together as, as a band, we really wanted to write songs together and specifically bring songs to fruition that had been started, but like not fully explored or developed. So Sam very graciously like met me in that place of like sort of vintage, a half-baked idea. And we played around with the order of things and moved the lyrics and the verses and tried to figure out what the chorus was and just really played with form. And it we arrived at what we feel like is a song. It's called Losing My Mind.
Mhm. Cool.
So we'll be very excited to share that with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Becca, I'll let you jump in on the second one as well. Yeah, it was an honor to get to do some of that work with Becca on the song that she started. And something that we've been talking a lot about as we write together is sort of the blurred lines of friendship and romance and relationship. And I think that's a theme that comes up in this original piece that Becca and I have been working on, and also in the cover that we're going to be doing. So the cover that we are hoping to present to you in July is one that comes from musical theater, which Becca and I both sort of we have a background in, and it is what it is. And I love musical theater. I'm in my era of being unapologetic about it. I'm trying. We're in good company. So we wanted to do a cover of a song that comes from Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812, and we wanted to interpret it in a way that kind of goes with that theme of friendship and romance and the sort of delicious and heartbreaking ambiguity that exists there sometimes. And I think in the show, I'm not an incredible dramaturg, especially with this piece, but it's sung from one woman friend to another when the other is at a point in a relationship that is feeling tragic. So, anyways, this song is sung between two friends. Thank God for editing. Two friends, and thank you, who one of one of whom one of whom is in a relationship that it is bad for her, or presumably bad for her, and the other is sort of singing out to that friend, being like, "I'm here for you," and this is sort of breaking my heart. And I think I'll speak for myself, Becca. You can jump in, but like I've seen friends in that position, and I think the way we'll sing it will bring different dimension to that particular grief, especially from the lens of like complicated feelings toward the people that we love. Anything you would add there, Becca?
I'll just say the thing that resonated me with me about the song is I think I hear more and more conversation about like the meaning of friendship and also that there's no playbook. Like we have playbooks for romantic relationships, and then when friendships get complicated, like we can lose the script. There is no script. But also how sacred friendships can be and how, you know, I think people are realizing, or I'll just speak for myself. Like, I think in this point in my life, I'm realizing just like how invaluable my friends are and how deeply I want to love them and love them as seriously as I do a romantic partner. And I think this song really represents that kind of love, that kind of devotion. And like, I'm the singer is really saying like, I'm gonna be right here
Mm.
no
Yeah,
matter what.
yeah,
And I love you so much, and it's so hard to watch you like be in a position that is not good for you.
yeah,
But I think yeah, I'm excited to breathe life into that piece.
yeah. Oh, I'm excited to hear both of them. So it sounds awesome. Cool.
Hey.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks. Um, okay, we'll move on to the next question. So what made you both interested in performing with Arts for Choice?
Didn't start, but I'm really lucky. Like I just saw your post or one of them on Instagram a while ago, and as I mentioned earlier, like one of my resolutions this year was to collaborate with folks who had a mind to causes that were important to me, and it felt like this could be a way to raise some money for things that really matter, and also to build community with other artists who are in a similar headspace. So I was just really excited about it, and so when Becca and I formed what we were going to do together, and which is still evolving. It felt really exciting and continues to feel really exciting to be on the same page with her and have a similar value set where we can be like, "You on board with this? Great! Like let's put our energy towards something that matters mutually."
Just I feel so similarly. I've always felt like my impulse toward activism and my impulse toward art were sometimes in conflict in terms of like how I spend my time and energy. And it's just a beautiful and wonderful thing to have those two things be in one place.
Right.
And I think art is so powerful and really has the power to build community and inspire change. And it's a real privilege to be able to exercise that muscle in community. So I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Thanks, guys. Um, our next question. With Arts for Choice this year specifically, we've split up our showcases so that with our nonprofits that we raise money for, we can start really centering and focusing our money towards the like the five that we have, but splitting it up evenly. And so this particular showcase, right, we're raising money for LGBTQ org, so transformative schools, and then the Audre Lorde Project, and then when y'all come in October, right, it'll be everybody because it's a big hoopla. So that'll also include New York Abortion Access Fund, Yellowhammer Fund, and BK Forge. So with all of those in your mind, is there one particular nonprofit that y'all are pulled strongly to, if there's others, it doesn't have to just be one, but or you felt more yeah, just interested in.
Um, the causes I would say on that list, I mean, they're all fantastic. That resonate the most with me personally is the LGBTQ support organizations like Transformative Schools. As an educator, I just like really care about queer kids getting the support and love that they need. And it's wonderful that there are organizations out there that are just like doing that work really steadily, um, because it's never going to not be necessary, unfortunately. Um, as things ebb and flow in society, as ideology and like political agendas like shift, we just need to remember that these young people just need love, and need spaces to like find out who they are and how they want to be in the world.
Really, what I would just say is that I agree completely with what you said, and I think it's important to support all of our kids, and particularly our queer students in this moment. So, thank you for putting that as beautifully as you did.
Then lastly, and Becca, you kind of already touched on this, but with this political climate right now that we're in, and actually, Sam, I guess you did too. What is performing in social justice art mean to you both?
It's sort of an existential question. Becca, you looked like you might have had something important to say, so I want you to say it, and then I'll chime in.
Sure. I think as a songwriter and singer, and I who's just getting going with a project, Sam and I started this project just a few months ago, and being a full-time educator, I'm I'm committed to growing our project, but I also don't feel that I have the capacity to like pour everything I have into becoming a full-time musician.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes it's easy to get swept up into this idea that you have to like get on the track and be part of a rat race, not a rat race, but like part of like a really competitive field of musicians and artists in New York City, whose like sole goal is professional success. And I have no, like, I hold no judgment toward those who are on that path. It's just not one that has ever quite felt um, like where music and art come from for me. Like, I've always felt that music comes from the feeling of sharing it and holding it in community and watching it move and work on people. And same with theater. And so, having a space to make music with other artists where the explicit goal is a social justice mission feels really in harmony with how I relate to music, and how I relate to activism.
Yeah, and I'll just say also that like as I've grown politically and personally, the arts have been such a catalyst for me. Like the artists that inspire me, that hearten me, that are singing in the streets and everywhere else. I'm it's hard to put into words how impactful some of those moments have been. And I'm still in this project and otherwise finding what my voice is as a singer with the beliefs and values that I have, and as a musician with the beliefs and values that I have. But I want to grow in spaces with people who share my values, because I think there's a natural harmony there, as Becca's saying. And it's something that, I'm really grateful to you, Olivia, for cultivating a space like that, because I think the effects of that are just, it must be just so hard to quantify, because the music that's made in that space doesn't just exist there in theory. Like it grows and hopefully touches people emotionally in whatever way, and empowers people to continue whatever it is they're doing, in service of the things that matter to us.
Yeah, beautifully put, y'all. Thank you. Thanks so much for being a part of this. Everybody can catch you guys on July 24th, and get your tickets now. Y'all, it's great to see you. Thank you.
So
And
nice to meet you. Thank you for all you're
Great to
doing.
meet you, Olivia. Thank you
good
for your
talk soon.
work and for
Thanks.
getting us on here.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Have a great day, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.